Today is May 17th, 2020. I'm Mark Nicholson, an attorney at the law office of Mark Nicholson, and this is the Nicholson Nugget, the official newsletter of the law office of Mark Nicholson. And today I'm here with, go ahead and introduce yourself.
How you doing? My name's Kendall Mccroy. I'm a barber. I own McCroy's Barber Lounge in Carmel, Indiana, off
Great, great.
146th Street.
All right. And so I wanted to talk to you today as a fellow business owner
Uh-huh.
and talking a little bit about your business and how you got started, and also how you're handling this business during the pandemic, basically. So first, tell us a little bit about how you started this interest in cutting hair and becoming a barber.
Well, it started out when I was a lot younger. I didn't know how often how I was going to involve and carry over into my life, but my dad was a barber. So I watched him cut hair all growing up through high school and things like that. He would cut my hair. He was my barber. And he also worked at Chrysler. So the days he was at work and he couldn't cut my hair, I would go downstairs, grab his clippers and start trimming up the sides, tapering up the sides just a little bit, enough to get me through the rest of the weekend until he was able to get home and actually cut it.
Hmm.
So from there on, I started cutting my friend's hair in high school. I ended up going to college at the University of Illinois. I was cutting my hair in the dorm room, and I remember somebody coming up to me and asking me, "Hey, you cut hair? Hey, can you cut my hair?" So I started cutting a few heads while I was in college, and it just carried on from there. And I just had plenty of opportunities. And then just the opportunity when I went to a barbershop one time here in Indianapolis, I ran into a guy I know, and he was like, "Man, don't you cut hair?" And he just told me all about Kenny's Barbering Academy and how I can go there and get my license. And it's something that my dad's always told me to do. Even though I had a degree from the University of Illinois, he always mentioned, "Hey, go get your barber's license, get your barber license." He knew it was something that I love to do. So he always mentioned it. I never did it. And then it's funny how it all comes back around, 20 years after high school, here I am getting my barber's license again. So
And you may have said it, but when did you get your barber's license?
I received my barber's license about 3 years ago. I
Okay.
actually started cutting back in around 96, 97 when I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
So
And what are some of the requirements for someone to get their barber's license?
it's 1,500 hours of school. You have to do so many haircuts. You have to do so many perms. You have to do so many shampoos, so many shaves. But it's all required in that 1,500 hours. It's a lot of work as far as sanitation and disease states and things like that for people. So it's mainly about hygiene as far as getting your license. And then you'll do all the cutting and stuff at the school. But it's about 1,500 hours worth of work that you'll be doing at a barber school.
And did you go to barber school here in Indiana?
Yeah, I went here in at Kenny's Barbering Academy. I graduated
Okay.
from there probably about approximately 3 years ago.
Okay. And is that local business? Is it here in Indianapolis, or is it in You said you're based out of Carmel, right?
Yeah, so I went to barbering school actually on the west side of Indianapolis,
Okay.
and I just knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do more of a diverse crowd of people. So actually, when I was living here in Carmel, I found a nice men's hair salon to work at, and I've learned a lot from being at a different salon. But as a young male, I wanted to own my own business. I have other interests that I wanted to pursue as well. So owning my own business, making my own hours was something that really interests me. And that's, again, just another reason why I got into barbering
Okay.
for that aspect of it.
And what is one of the things that draws clients to your barbershop?
One of the things that draws my clients here is that I cut everyone's hair. It's just a certain nationality. I do straight hair, I do curly hair, and I love to do straight razor shaves. I kind of like I designed this place to kind of have that old school barbershop feel. where we do the foam lather and we do a lot of straight razor shaves. So guys with beards, guys that just want clean shaving. It's something that makes me unique. And like I said, again, I do all nationalities, and I cut all types of hair.
So when you say a straight razor shave, what is kind of like a straight razor shave? So for people that don't know.
So it's like, well, like, you see in the old school movies where you see the barber, and here I'll grab one, is a grabber, a barber will grab like a straight razor blade,
Okay.
and just the straight razor shave with the foam lather. But we use disposable razor blades just for hygiene, unlike you see in the movies where they use and clean it and sharpen it on, the side of their chair. But yeah, we do a lot of straight razor shaves, foam lather. It's an 18-step process where we'll use warm towels, cold towels, and different treatments for your face to help with the ingrown hair process and the cleanliness of it.
Okay. And sounds like this is more detailed and complicated than just regularly going and them taking a electric razor over your face. Like you have to have a certain set of skills to be able to do something of that nature.
And again, that's where you go, and from barbering school, that's the difference between a barbering school and a cosmetology school. At a barbering school, you learn and you get your degree, and you're able to use a straight razor on the face. Usually, at a cosmetology school, when they graduate, they're able to use a straight razor on the back of a client's neck just to clean the hairs off the neck, but not the face. So that's the main difference between a barber and a stylist, is mainly the straight razor.
Okay.
So
Now, because of this, the COVID-19, and it caused the business to be shut down, how did you function? Well, first, when did you open up your business that you have in Carmel?
So I opened up my business last September.
Okay.
I've been here for quite a few months now.
Mhm. So basically, less than a year,
Hmm.
you were in business, and the next thing happens is COVID-19, the global pandemic, and it shuts your business down, right?
Hmm.
And so, how did you operate, or how did you weather kind of like that storm? Because now the governor and some mayors of different towns are reopening their businesses, and apparently barbers shops are now open or
Hmm.
reopened. But during that closure, I mean, what did you do?
It was tough, Mark. I didn't know what I was going to do. I've heard about there's being relief. There's the PPP and all these other different reliefs that they're giving the small businesses. I never did try to apply for any of that. I just assumed that I wouldn't get it. So I didn't know what I was going to do. So I kind of just tried to stay in, stay safe, stay at home. But the blessing was that where I'm at, or the place that I'm renting my facility from, they didn't charge me rent during those 6 weeks that we were off. So I used this opportunity to help create more business for myself. So I started working on a new logo, something that I can help get myself on Yelp. So when people do start looking for barbers, when they come back and looking for barbers, and they Google me, they Google barbers in Carmel, they'll be able to find me. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and those are just something that I do just to try to improve my well-being. So I listen to quite a few books to help improve the power of the subconscious mind, psycho-cybernetics, Born Rich, different things like that, just to help improve myself. So when I do come back to work, I'll be ready to go mentally. And I do believe that, some of the things that I've been working on from those books have helped generate business. Because again, I've only been back for a week, and I would like to say business is booming for this first week. I'm usually here at 7:30 in the morning, and some nights I'll leave at 10.
So,
You
what's
know.
your? Well, that's good to hear that you're able to still, uh,
Hmm.
have clients come right after the economy open back up. What are your hours, or generally speaking?
So, and that's the good thing about being here. Again, I'm at a salon law, so I have my own private studio. I can make my own hours. So typically, the way it's been going is, I'll open my books up from 9 to 6. If somebody calls me, if I have a client that can't get in during that day, I may open my books up at 7, and then that way, they can get in earlier in the morning. And then at 6 o'clock, if my book is completely full, I'll open it up to 7 o'clock. And then if somebody takes that appointment, I'll open it up to 8 o'clock. And if they keep taking the appointments, I'll continue to open my books. Again, I know that has been a hard 6 weeks for a lot of barbers and beauticians. So I want to take advantage of this week. And if people need haircuts, I want to be here to give them what they need. And if things get worse here in another 2 or 3 weeks and we have to shut back down, I'd just like to say, hey, I did all I could in those 3 weeks, or however long it takes.
Is there anything else that
So,
you would like to talk about before we get ready to end our conversation?
I mean, I love what I do, and with the governor shutting everything down, what I have noticed is that I have received quite a bit of other customers coming from the Indianapolis area where things are still shut down. Although we can cut hair in Carmel, barbers and beauticians are still shut down in Indianapolis. So I believe, like I said, the reason I think business is booming is because a lot of clients are finding their way up from the Indianapolis area to get cuts up this way. Um, so I've just, like I said, I've been taking advantage of different audiobooks and different things to help me grow. Um, so
Yeah. And if someone wants to contact you, can you say what the email and your phone number and
yeah,
address again?
absolutely. If anybody wanted to contact me, again, my name's Kendall Mccroy. They can call my phone at 317-800-2067, or they can email me at mccroysbarberlounge@gmail.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kendall. We appreciate you taking time to talk to me from the Nicholson Nugget, the official newsletter of the Law Office of Mark Nicholson. I hope you do well with continuing to cut hair, and the clients continue to come in, and also, be safe, and hopefully things get better as far as this pandemic with a vaccine, cure, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So all the economies and cities can open up, and we can, reduce the number of people being infected. Take care,
Absolutely.
sir.
Hey, Mark, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you having me on today.
My pleasure.
All right. You take care as well.